Welcome back to River's End. Today we're going to be focusing on improving our production by placing down 2 new buildings in the industrial district, and by starting the process of upgrading everything to level 3. Having things at level 3 greatly increases our research, and more research means more buildings means more production. So let's get into it. The 2 new buildings are the blacksmith's hut and the stonemason's hut. The blacksmith's hut will give us armor, tools, weapons, anything that the colony needs to either protect itself or to work. So this should be under metallurgy, blacksmith. We have 2 options. We have the base one. Zoom out so we can see it. Base blacksmith, all the way up to level 5. Looks really cool. Let's see what the alternate one looks like. Okay, honestly, I think I like the alternate one. Just like the base style, level 1 looks really good. Let's get up to level 5. Ooh, okay, yep. We're gonna go with the alternate for the blacksmith hut. And then for masonry, stonemason, we get 1 option, which is perfectly fine. Looks really good. Let's get it up to level 5. Whoa, okay. Ooh, we're gonna have to start preparing ourselves for the end, but it looks of it. Okay, yeah. Looks really good. Let's go find a place for these over the industrial district. For the blacksmith, I'm thinking over here by the mine would look really good. We'll need to fill the top couple of layers of this ravine just so our builder doesn't fall to their death. But I think having blacksmith here would work really well. It's close enough to the mine that they can get all the metal they need. It's also fairly close to the smelter, so they can get all the metal from the smelter. I think it's a good spot for it, so let's get that checked off. As for the stonemason, I think we should place it here. Let's knock it down a bit. We'll have to clear out some of this hill, which is perfectly fine. But I think having it here works really well. Because as it levels up to level 5, eventually there'll be a little pathway through here that we can connect up to the mine and anywhere else that it ends up going. So I think this is a great spot for the stonemason. With the stonemason and the blacksmith being built, we also need to get our buildings up to level 3. But to do that, we need to get our builders up to level 3. We should have access to pretty much everything here. We'll need to get some wool dyed, but other than that, everything else should be fairly easy to get. So let's get Blaze building his. We'll get Walsh building hers. And Houston can build his. Once these are all up to level 3, we could start upgrading everything else to level 3 to unlock more research. We'll probably start with our lumberjack here, get that up to level 3 so we can unlock the sawmill, which will give us access to more building blocks for our builders. Now, having everything up to level 3 will make everything around the colony move more smoothly. The guards will have access to higher tier armor and weapons, farmers, the lumberjack. Just all the builders, all the colonists will just have access to better tools in general, making their lives and ours a lot easier. With the blacksmith built and upgraded to level 2, let's get our blacksmith hired. Looks like Emery will be our blacksmith. Get them over here. And yeah, they can make all sorts of stuff for us. But like, I want to try to get the tools. So let's do iron shovel. There we go. Now they can make us the simple tools. And they can even make, where we go, the weaponry for our guards. That's gonna be so nice. I think they can even start making, I think they can make the armor, iron armor, because I think once we get all the guard towers up to level 3, they can start wearing iron, which will be a lot better than the chainmail. So that'll be the start. And then we come around here to our stonemason. There we go. And that will be Kenneth. He will be our stonemason. Nice thing about Kenneth and the stonemasonry, and when we get the sawmill, we can get all sorts of recipes that we can teach them. These recipes we will do as needed. Right now we don't need anything until we start actually building. Because like there are certain blocks like the paper extra walls here that we can have our sawmill do once we get our lumberjack up to level 3, which we're actually going to do now. Let's get Nelia on this. With our builders working on upgrading the forester's hut, let's see if there's anything the stonemason can actually create for them. For cutter recipes, request. Nothing there. Let's take a look at here we go. Rails. Some looks like most of this we already have. I think yes, we'll just need to get some rails going. Can we make rails at the blacksmith? Let's see, crafting recipes, teach recipe, rail. All right, so we need orsinium for this. I mean, that doesn't change the question of can we use... No, blacksmith does not make those, so we'll have to make a bunch of rails for our builders. That's okay. I'll get on that. Then we will get we will get the forester's hut set up to level 3. With the forester's hut being upgraded to level 3, we are able to get the research for the sawmill completed. So let's get that placed. I think having the sawmill here will work best. Our builders have quite the distance to go to get it actually built, but I think in terms of the colony, this makes sense. We have water that's either coming in or out of this like little underwater cave. So it'll make sense for the water wheel. I don't know, I feel like this is a good spot. Like the industrial district is really coming together, so having it here I think is our best bet. And with sawmill up and going to level 2, come over here, assign our builder, the one and only Corey. Get over here, Corey. And with the sawmill, we can now have access to other recipes. We won't worry about these ones. We have our stonemason working on those ones for now. However, a good one to do is, of course, ladders. Oh, no, wrong stick. There we go. Just a normal stick. The oak gates and the oak fences. Of course, we want the oak planks, oak stairs, oak slabs, oak doors, trap doors, and pressure plates. Oh, no pressure plates. No, can't make the pressure plate here. That's fine. But we got a good start to what we will need for our colony and its builds. But honestly, we have come quite a ways with this industrial district. It is looking really good. And the fact that we have the stonemason and the lumber mill, it just makes it so much easier for our colonists to get the materials they need. Anything that they can just make themselves is one less thing that I have to worry about for the colony. Alright, that'll do it for this episode. I'm sorry it's a week late, but with just things going on in life, and of course some of these builds being a little more intensive, and the fact that we're essentially upgrading everything to match the colony at levels 2 and 3, it's just taking a little more time than I was expecting. But I'm not going to let that deter me. I will hopefully have episodes every week again in the future. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like. If you really enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next episode.